Hussam Naji, President and CEO of Marcus Millichap. And Hussam, it's a pleasure to have you on today. Last time you were on, you said that this trend away from cities to suburbs was a short-term trend in response to a health crisis, but 3 months have passed and a number of companies and employees have not returned to work. Curious what you're seeing right now in major metropolitan cities when it comes to commercial real estate.
Sure. Thanks for having me on the program. It's a pleasure to be with you. 3 months is a very short window of time, especially in the middle of a pandemic. And you are absolutely right in that it is taking longer than anybody had hoped for the economic recovery and, of course, the solution for the health crisis to be broadly distributed. We're months away from that, of course. And as the economic pressures keep building, of course, the residual effect in commercial real estate is showing up, and nowhere more than urban markets. We are seeing very few companies asking workers to come back into the workplace in urban markets because of public transportation still being an issue, because of the fears of the spread of the virus continuing to be a very serious issue. And in the foreseeable future, until there's a vaccine and until there's an acceptance by the public of the medical solution, that's going to get perhaps even worse. My comments about the long term still stand in that if you look at any time in history where we've had these kinds of shocks, unexpected windows of time, we've eventually recovered from it. It could be a while when it comes to urban apartments, urban office buildings, and even suburban retail or suburban hospitality. Those segments of commercial real estate have been hit very hard. It's going to take a while before they see any recovery. But at that same time, there are parts of commercial real estate that have actually benefited from the pandemic, if you can believe that.
And what markets are those, the ones that are benefiting?
Well, in a nutshell, it's necessity retail. It's fast food restaurants that have drive-throughs. 50–70% of many fast food restaurants' business in normal times comes from drive-throughs. Those have, of course, done very well, as well as apartments. The collection of rents in general has been much better than expected, better in the suburbs than the urban markets, of course. And the major issue for the urban markets right now is the exodus. People are actually looking to relocate. And for apartments in urban areas where they have short-term leases, that's an issue. For office buildings where they have in-place leases that on average have another 4 years left, those tenants still have to pay rent. So they're not really under as much stress as they are on the apartment side.
It's an interesting area to watch within real estate. And of course, we're showing SL Green, one of the major office REITs, down 45% this year. That certainly tells the story. Hussam, we appreciate you joining us today to discuss this migration from cities to suburbs. Hussam Naji.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.